So we like to say in hockey, is that your real nickname? Well, in this case, this is his real name, and I only found out about it when my dad told me the story on how people think it would have been his moniker, but actually it was his real name. So we're going to talk today about the legend of Bronco Horvath. Now, Bronco Joseph Horvath, born March 12, 1930, in the great community of Port Colborne, Ontario. He played 433 games in the NHL between 55 and 68. He was a very, very popular player for the Bruins and also saw time with the Montreal Canadiens, actually, in a very interesting 1957 season for him. Now, Horvath was born to an ethnic Hungarian family that emigrated from Transcarpathia after the end of World War I, when it became part of Czechoslovakia. Now, Horvath was signed by the Detroit Red Wings as an amateur. Now, his amateur career drew a lot of recognition. The forward was best known for his top flight play as a center with the Galt Blackhawks, and actually it would change over to the Galt Red Wings the next year. Now, with the Galt format, he had 22 games with the Blackhawks and 20 goals with the Red Wings. Now, in 50, he also played with the Grand Rapids Rockets of the EAHL with 6 goals in 5 games in the regular season and 8 points in the playoffs. He then moved on to the Springfield Indians of the AHL, where he played 3 seasons, then played with Syracuse he played with Springfield to start with, then 2 seasons with Syracuse, back to Springfield, then over to Syracuse as well, and he moved on to the Edmonton Flyers in the 1955 season. Now, Horvath was originally signed by the Red Wings as an amateur. Now, on October 18, 55, he was traded with Dave Creighton to the New York Rangers in exchange for Billy D and the very popular future Team Canada Russian translation to Aggie Kukovic. Now, Horvath is best remembered for playing his time playing in the famous Uke line with the Boston Bruins with fellow Ukrainian Canadians Johnny Busick and Vic Stasiak. Now, Horvath unfortunately missed out in the Artros Trophy in 59-60 by a single point to Bobby Hull. However, he tied with Hull in the goal-scoring lead with 39. So technically, he was kind of the Marc Messier style of his era. A lot of points, a lot of goals. Now, he played for 5 of the original 6 teams in the NHL, only missing Detroit, who actually had signed him. Now, he did apprentice with the Flyers, Detroit's WHL farm team, along with Stasiak and Busick, his future Uke line mates. Now, he was then demoted to the minors in 63. He played most of his next 6 seasons with the Rochester Americans of the AHL. He played on 3 NHL Calder Cup championship teams with Rochester in 65, 66, and 68, and was among the league's scoring leaders for several seasons. Now, with the increased demand for players with the NHL expansion in 67, he found himself back in the league with the Minnesota North Stars. But at mid-season of that year, he was returned to Rochester and helped lead them to the championship. He would finish his career with Rochester and retired from hockey in 1970. Now, he's also the charter member of the Americans Hall of Fame. Now, the following year, he moved over to the OHL as head coach of the London Knights. Now, and then later moved to South Yarmouth, Massachusetts, where he was named coach of the Cape Cod Cubs, a expansion team in the EHL in 72. Now, he coached the Cubs to a regular season divisional championship and a sweep of their first round playoff series with the Long Island Ducks before a powerful Syracuse Blazers team entered Cape Cod's league championship hopes. Now, Horvath did return as coach for the 74 season with the Cubs, who were charter members of the newly formed North American Hockey League, but was fired after the team got off to a slow start. His last coaching job was a small stint at Dennis Yarpin Regional High School. He resided on Cape Cod, where he was an avid golfer. Now, due to his great success in the AHL, he was inducted in that Association's Hall of Fame in 2015, and unfortunately passed away last year, 2019, December 17, in Hyannis, Massachusetts. Now, we're talking about the 5 of the 6 teams. He played 62 seasons with Chicago, 17 goals. He played with the Rangers in 63 and Maple Leafs as well. And he had 7 goals total 19 assists for 26 points. And his lone game with the Montreal Canadiens came in 1957. I think it was a substitution for that because he played most of that season again with Rochester. Now, he's called it back to the NHL in 68. 1 goal, 6 assists in 14 games. Now, AHL totals just tremendous. 664 games, 263 goals, 484 assists for 747 points. NHL totals, 326 points in 434 games, 141 goals. Playoffs, NHL, 12 goals, 36 games, 21 points. And AHL, 15 goals, 62 points. And for me, like I said, he had all kind of playoff success. But as we look at the stats, the 58 year with Boston with that breakthrough when he scored 5 goals in the playoffs for 30 goals in a regular season. But that 1960 season when he had 80 points, boys, oh boys, Boston had a really good offense that year. And, it's too bad sometimes the playoffs didn't follow despite a strong offensive season. But like I said, Boston was learning to win like the Rangers were learning to win in the 60s. So, but when you're named Bronco, you got to be good. That's what I'm just saying. Anyway, John Elway joke. Anyway, have a good day. Bye.